You mind if I pray for you?
Might be antisocial and domesticated. Lately my only sin is sleeping on my greatness.
I think that prayer is one of the most powerful technologies that we have as self-governed people, people who are seeking liberation, people who are wielding new perspectives and perceptions into this reality. Prayer is a tool, it's a technology that aligns us with truth, with divinity, with source. And so I had this concept of prayers at the pond, and I shot a video here recently, and this was one of my favorite shots and one of my favorite views. And so I was like, let me do something else here, something that I can do consistently, and we can just meet here and this can be our spot. And so I thought about prayers at the pond, and today's prayer is really rooted in me coming off of this grief practice that my sibling Akua Adisa holds once a month. And this one was about the elevation of our beloved dead. And, it's Black History Month. It's the last day of Black History Month. So, I'm grieving a lot of things, a lot of big shifts in my life. Grief around old versions of myself that I no longer get to, be due to the shifts and transitions. It feels like a lot, especially with everything else that's going on in the world. Like, I literally just saw something on YouTube that the US and Iraq just bombed Iran. And, Trump basically told the people of America that, if Americans die, if soldiers die, it's part of war, the casualties of war or something like that. And just the inhumanity and the lack of regard of human life, presence, for someone to put their life on the line in honor of a country that never really cared about them, that only sees them as a number, that only sees them as a product or a tool in which they can use to manipulate in order to do things that serves this greater agenda. And I'm just like fucking over it, bro. Like, I'm tired of it. And so my grandma tells me, when you feel like you at that point where there's nothing else you can do, you got to go to the source. And for me, my relationship with source is definitely not rooted in something religious or even traditional. I'm developing my own connection and my own spiritual practice and routine to the divine. And so this prayer is not a religious prayer, it's a non-denominational prayer, but I think that prayer is the thing that shows up in every religious context, and that is a unifying source. We all pray. We may be praying to different manifestations of that divinity, but we all have that tool. And so, yeah, I just wanted to offer that for us right now and get into some prayers at the pond. In the name of all that is holy and righteous and pure, we give gratitude to the ones that walked before us, to the indigenous people of this land that held it and stewarded it with love, that we may be able to have the opportunity to see the beauty of that, to eat the fruits of that labor, of that time and that energy. We thank you to all of those who are in support of our highest good and our highest manifestations. We thank you. We ask for continued guidance through these uncertain times. And we ask that you help us move the grief from a failed system, a grief from lack of proper leadership, the grief of not having what we need, the grief of seeing people die on television, the grief of seeing homes being ruined. Free us from the grief and the burden of other people's decisions impacting us. Free us from the burden and the grief of that we may feel empowered to go and create a reality and rewrite a narrative that serves us, that serves who we are becoming, that serves what this transformation is asking of us. I know that each of us are going through our own individual transformations, and I am aware that that is the thing that is bringing us all closer together now, because we're all seeing what's happening in the world collectively, and we can all feel it individually. And so I just ask that this space, that we use our words, our minds, our actions, our arts, our platforms to create conversation around things that matter, things that will shift the planet, things that will heal the land, things that will free us and liberate people from patterns and ways of being that don't serve them. I ask that all of the angels and protector guides, please protect us, each and every one of us, each and every person on this planet, each and every person watching this video right now. I ask that you just protect them and guide them to places where they are reverenced, where they are seen, where they are felt. And we thank you in advance for all of the beauty and the magic and the transformation and the elevation that is to come due to us just taking the time to be present, to take the time to meditate, to take the time to take care of ourselves. When we close out all of the face value, bullshit, propaganda, facade, illusion ass of a world, we get to tap into something genuine and real and holy and sacred and loving and beautiful and kind. And I pray that we get to continue to wield those beautiful realities into existence. May our prayers and our affirmations spiral up to the heavens and be amplified times a million. And may they be received on behalf of all of the ones with pure hearts and pure intentions on this land. And we thank you and we love you in advance for the miracles happening, for the blessings unfolding. And we thank you that we get the opportunity to be who we are again and again. Ashe, Amin, Aho.